Hello guys, welcome back for another pick a card. I only saw two numbers, which is fine. 555 and number 59. And as I was looking at them, 59 stuck out. So, we're going to look into my 1001 Tarot Spreads book. We're going to see what spread 59 is. And that is what our pick a card reading is going to be. So let me turn to that page and I'll be right back. This is an interesting one. Card 59 is, how can I overcome my shyness and become more popular? The purpose and background is if you want friends but you are too shy to approach people. And then it gives a breakdown on what each card is. There are 6 cards. Okay. So, let me see if you can see that. That is spread number 59. So let me go ahead and get set up so that you can pick your card. I am going to start out with one major arcana as a key to your energy going into this reading, and that's where you'll pick your card, and then I'll throw your spread. Okay, so here we are. We have your pile 1. I don't know the name of my stones. Don't ask. Got this white one here. Pile 2. This is some kind of moonstone or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but it's raw, it's non-polished. And then 3, we've got this. I think this is a form of jasper, but I'm not sure, but it is a heart. So feel free to pause the video at this time and see what draws your attention the most. And if the first one that you pick, it does not sound like you, yes, it's possible that maybe you second-guessed yourself at some point in choosing your pile. Just choose a different pile. Okay, everything will be time-stamped in the description box, and I'll see you at your reading. Welcome, pile 1. If you choose the white and grayish stone. Okay, your main card is this is the Emperor. This is somebody who's in control. This is somebody who's very independent. This could be an energy of what you want to move into. Maybe you are in a place of authority, or maybe it has to do with authority. But this is supposed to be something about you that makes me wonder, do you come across as powerful, maybe even intimidating to others? Sometimes we have a tendency as humans to do that. It is natural to kind of want to, it's like a mask, if you will. Okay, it's like a mask that we put on, and it's because we don't want to appear vulnerable to other people. So let me take a look. We're going to take a look here. The first card is going to be determine, like, is shyness, is it inhibiting your social status, your job, your friends? Is it restricting you? Or are you just pretty much great on your own? Some of you, I think you're great on your own and you don't really care, but something drew you to this reading. Okay, let's take a look. So, let's see. the Chariot. This is another card of control. Being in control, being balanced, being driven. This almost reminds me of, let me put this up here. Okay. This kind of reminds me of somebody that you have a sense of direction in your social life, in your career. And, you know, this is somebody who's in control of the horses, and they're controlling it on their own. They're at the top of their game. Which brings me to this Emperor again. Being on top of your game. So I'm kind of thinking that this feels more like I'm driving the horse. I'm in control. I'm not allowing anything to hold me back. So it doesn't feel like you are, if you chose this pile, you're not allowing any kind of backwardness, any kind of shyness to hinder your career or social life, however this resonates. And then the second card is, what do you fear most? What do you fear most that may stop you from approaching people or responding to people? So what is it that you fear most with responding or interacting? The Fool. A sense of newness. Again, I get this sense of, I don't want people to look at me as being naive. I don't want people to try to play me for a fool. So whoever this is, this doesn't even feel like shyness. I mean, I guess in a way it can be, or it's perceived by others as being shyness. To me, this is somebody who is a lone wolf. I'm good on my own. I do not let people in my inner circle. I don't approach people, or I try to limit my interaction on a social standing because I'm not going to be a fool. I'm not going to be played with. I'm not going to be fooled. This is like saying I'm no fool, and I'm not going to let anybody try to make a fool out of me. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And the third one is, do you need professional help to overcome this fear, to overcome this shyness, this withdrawing? Or can I overcome this myself? This is a Knight of Swords. This person's on the run. This person doesn't want any help. This person's very focused on a particular goal, ready to get on that motorcycle and take off. So already, if you chose this pile, this is, you're coming across as I'm in control. I am the boss of me. I won't interact with people or get too close because I don't want to be made to look like a fool. I am on the go. I don't need anybody's help. I could do things myself. This is a very, very independent energy that I'm picking up on. The fourth card. What are the next steps, or the first steps that you need to take if you want to become more sociable or independent? What's your first steps? The Hermit. I tell you what, I don't even know if I need to continue, because the rest of these is about overcoming this. And here's the Hermit. I am staying to myself. Fuck that. That's what I get. And that is saying I'm keeping to myself. If you want to stay on the same road, and I feel like this is not about what can I do to become more sociable. This is what can I do to be more independent. And this is staying to yourself, going in, but if you want to become more sociable, you do have to come out of your shell. But before you come out of your shell, you may need to go deep within and do a little bit of self-discovery. Is this who I am? Do I want to maintain this lone wolf? Because I feel like there might be a select few who may like the independence but are starting to feel that pang of loneliness. The Hermit is about loneliness as well. Being alone in the world. And as far as overcoming this, the next step, I think, is going within. It is taking a deep dive into your inner self, into your emotions. I would even go into your moon energy, into your fears, and then see what is there, and try to do some healing energy. Then the next one is, with whom am I most comfortable? Who are you most comfortable with? Ten of Pentacles, family. Not just any family. I'm getting generational, maybe grandparents or extended family, maybe an aunt or an uncle. But I'm definitely feeling somebody older and wiser. Because it feels like that you have no tolerance or no patience for any kind of immaturity. Okay. And the last card. What environmental or situation do I relax in to practice socializing? So, in other words, what environment are you most comfortable socializing in? If you have to socialize. Eight of Pentacles, work. Wow. That's work. That's being in a professional environment. You're earning your coin. This is about you're comfortable in a work environment socializing. So what do I get as an overall so far? I am the boss of my life. I am in control. I am driven by goals that I have no room for to deal with foolishness or to deal with immaturity or pettiness or drama. And you're saying, I do not go on a socially interact with people very much because I'm afraid of them trying to make me look like a fool. For me to become a little bit more sociable, I understand I need to take that deep dive to find out where the roots are that has caused me to become this way. I am most comfortable interacting with my family. Outside of my family, and this could also be a work family. The type of environment involves work, involves making money, maybe a professional environment. Okay, I want to do one other thing. I wish I would have thought of this before I started the spread. Oh, it's here. Easy peasy finding. The Dark Mirror Oracle. I think that your reading kind of is calling for it. Some shadow work, inner work for you to do. So let's take a look. Let's get some insights into the deep inner self of what needs to be rectified, what needs to be worked on. Okay, let's take a look. Atonement. This has a lot of Ten of Swords vibes. This is some kind of deep pain, deep hurt being stabbed in the back over and over again by somebody. And the desire for atonement, somebody to make something right. And that, my friend, is one of the things that has got you isolated from people. I'm not going to be that fool, and it makes total sense. I was a fool once before, and what did I get? I got knifed in the back many times. And by somebody that you let in your inner circle. So you kind of tend to be a very lone wolf. Blinded to pain. So you never really healed from that. You kind of turned a blind eye to that pain and says, I will avoid social situations. I'm not letting anybody close to me. I'm not going to feel the pain. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm turning a blind eye like it doesn't exist. I'm just going to protect myself. And the third card is downcast pride. Pride is an issue. And it feels like needing to, maybe even needing to find pride in yourself. Even Daisy's speaking up on your behalf. Okay? But needing to find that inner strength and pride in oneself and confidence in yourself. Or not being too proud to interact with other people. Maybe giving some people a chance. Daisy, stop. That's enough. But that's what I have for you, Pile 1. Okay, welcome, Pile 2. If you chose this rough stone, it might even be amethyst. I don't even know what it is. Or is this the lava? This might be the lava rock. Anyhow, let's see what your card is. You've got the world. You know, maybe, are you being forced in front of an audience, in front of the world? As an overarching energy is about being front center stage. In front of the world. I feel like on display. And that might be something that you have an issue with. Okay. So we're going to take a look at this. Some of you may be trying to hide from the world, which would make sense considering the title of this video, the kind of pick a card, the spread that is being used. So, let's see. Okay. Pile 1 was really interesting. Very interesting. Okay. First one is asking the question if shyness is holding you back in life. Career, socially, whatever. And we got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is somebody who's young, who's naive. Kind of feels split. Somebody is very creative. Maybe a little bit dreamy. I'm being drawn to the pigs flying. You see that? Not being grounded. So, this almost feels like dreaming of a social life, but unable to get there. This is somebody who can be very shy. Absolutely. young at heart, very shy. Sometimes the Page of Cups can come across as vulnerable. Okay? Then, what do you fear? What is the fear of interacting with other people? Eight of Swords. Overthinking it. I'm getting of what if they don't like me? Mental prison. The fear is maybe even getting tied up or restricted somehow. You might have a little bit of a sense of freedom here. But I'm feeling more like I'm getting that tongue-tied energy. Because the swords are also about communication. It's not just... it's the thought process. It's conflict. It's communication. Okay? It's air. And the Eight of Swords could be the fear of being tongue-tied. I don't know what to say to people. I do not know what to say. And the third card is, do I need professional help to get over this? Or is this something that with some guidance I can get over myself? The Hierophant. Having faith, a spiritual teacher. This could be a counselor, yes. So whoever this is, if you feel like you can't talk to people, or if there's, and I will get into the Dark Mirror Oracle to get a little bit more detail, but it feels like somebody who's really afraid of saying the wrong thing. I feel like a very social person who is trapped inside a body, who is screaming to get out, but who is fearful of not being accepted, fearful of saying the wrong thing. And I'm connecting these cards just for the characters because this person's laughing. So maybe even afraid of getting laughed at. But you can elevate out of this energy. And yes, it might take some professional help, or it might take some meditation, maybe some meditation training, some self-healing training, some self-help books or ideas. That could be professional as well, getting professional advice. How do I overcome this? It might involve some meditations. And some healing, which we will take a look at here shortly. The fourth card is, what is the first step to overcoming this? The first step is the Knight of Pentacles. This is about not rushing yourself, not putting pressure on yourself. It is taking one day at a time, one step at a time. This is a very slow moving energy. So I just feel like the first thing is you got to take a step. But don't rush yourself. Okay? Don't put all kinds of pressure on yourself. Oh, I got to go to this party next week. There's going to be 200 people at this party. I'm going to mingle and interact. And how am I going to do this? Maybe I got to force myself out into the open, into these parties, into a nightclub with 200-300 people in it, dancing and forcing myself. That's not the way of doing it. Maybe going to a restaurant or a small little playground and just interacting with one person at a time. You know, this is about taking small steps, but in small steps to accomplish a goal where you can break free of the fears that are chaining you, that's keeping you from making friends and interacting with people. Now, who are you most comfortable with? You're most comfortable by yourself, the Hermit. The Hermit could also be into people within your own household. That might be, or if you live alone, it could even simply be an animal or a pet that you're most comfortable in your own home and interacting with those who are in that home. And the environment, Four of Cups. An emotional environment that you do not have to engage. Overlooking. You're comfortable being in environments where you are not noticed, where people just kind of look past you. We're going to take a look at why this is. What's under the deck, just out of curiosity? Two of Swords. Blocking. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk to anybody. Yeah. So this. I'm curious how this developed, how you got here. But this is like, it's all kind of falling into play. And the world is being complete. It could have been some kind of ending that put you into this space. Let's take a look. I'm going to draw 3 cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle. Forgetting oneself. This is like maybe something had happened that you had lost yourself at some point, and that which makes you uncomfortable in any kind of social situations. Downcast pride. I would say, if this resonates with you, that you may have been considered an outcast or a downcast. It's like the once prideful self, the once confident self, took a turn by somebody's words or deeds towards you. Revenge. Revenge could be like, yes, this person did XYZ to me. And I feel more like it's in a social setting. I feel like more like humiliation or something like that. Maybe embarrassed you or humiliated you somehow, and which caused you to go within yourself and go into hiding. And there is a seed of revenge. You would like to see revenge over the person that did this to you. Meanwhile, you kind of lost yourself in that idea of revenge. And that's why they are suggesting maybe some kind of professional help. It's okay to enlist a counselor or something like that to try to overcome and conquer these feelings of abandonment, of embarrassment, of low self-esteem because of what somebody said. And I do feel that it was very public. Maybe it was on social media. I do not know. But it feels like somebody did something that made you, maybe you felt that it made you look bad. And now it's kind of like, I got to keep to myself. I got to protect myself. I can't engage into anything with anybody. Because whatever happened, it really had an effect on your self-esteem. The revenge card, it can be a card that goes either way. It could be a card of either you are seeking revenge on somebody else, or maybe somebody did this to you out of revenge. Now, it doesn't mean you did somebody harm, but maybe you were successful in something. Like in college, maybe you aced your research paper that you had to do for your English class, and somebody else barely scraped by with a C or a D. And they were jealous. Sometimes revenge, excuse me, is a product of jealousy. So, you decide which camp you're in. And that's kind of where I'm getting the root of it all. Man, I got this frog in my throat and no drink handy. Smart. Well, I apologize, but I at least got the main message out, and I will see you in the next video. Love you all. Welcome, Pile 3. If you chose this copperish color hearts, this is your reading. Let's see what you got. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Though, overall, you appear to be kind of a lucky person. You kind of adapt to change. And this feels like change that is coming. The wheel is now spinning in the opposite direction. Spinning in your benefit. Okay. This could be a change in your social status. Or this could also be the desire for change. After all, this reading is about overcoming shyness, gaining more friends, or even finding love for some of you. Whatever the scenario or situation is. Or maybe you're looking for more business contacts. Being able, if you are trying to start a business and you have issues with talking to people, you know, that's that social aspect, whether it's shyness, lack of confidence, whatever the case is. But we're going to take a look at that right now. So, the first card is how is shyness holding you back socially or in your career? Is being shy holding you back? Or is it making you stronger as an individual and you're not really shy, you're just very private? Okay, we got the Lovers. Right away, I get looking for love in all the wrong places, or possibly a scenario of maybe I have been looking for my soulmate, haven't been able to find them. I'm not very good at dating. This feels more like a love-related situation, but it's definitely about partnerships. Shyness is keeping you out of partnerships, is what is coming across. Okay. Then the next card is card number 2. What is it that you fear? Why are you afraid to approach people, or maybe even be the bold one and ask somebody out? 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is representing contemplation, thinking, hiding. There might even be a sense of depression here. So the fear is a fear of approaching people stemming out of depression or not feeling adequate. 4 of Swords could also be a resting period. Well, maybe I'll interact and nothing will happen. Very lone wolf type of energy. So there's also this energy of fear of stepping outside your comfort zone, your safety zone. You're afraid to take that initial step. Now the next card is asking, do you need professional help to overcome this? That could be anything from spiritual counseling to actual counseling, whatever. It's basically going to a outside source, a professional, to help guide you through the fears and that which is keeping you from finding your soulmate or finding a partner or interacting or even finding friends. The Lover's card doesn't have to be romantic. It could be just finding that close friend. But it's what is keeping you from finding that has to do with something mental, and protection. Afraid of stepping outside the comfort zone. So do you need professional help? Or are there things that you can do? Videos, reading books, exercises, meditating, that you can do to try to overcome this? Shyness. The Sun. This is about having a positive aspect or positive attitude when it comes to interacting with others. I feel that whoever I'm dealing with, the Wheel of Fortune is saying you need to change something. And I feel it's about your energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be appearance. I don't feel it's physical appearance. I feel it's your energy. I feel that if you act like someone who's reserved, or you hide in your shell, sit in the corner and not interact with anybody, and it's about finding that courage to come out and step out. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and this is embracing who you are. As far as, do you need a professional? I want to say no. That it's a matter of changing your outlook on yourself, on society. This is about letting your light shine, taking that step forward, being happy, showing the world a happy you. Not somebody who's down and out and depressed. Outwardly showing confidence. For some of you, there might be a shining star out there that kind of leads you out of this gunk. So do you need help? No. Would you benefit from professional help? Yes. Okay. The next thing that we're going to look at is, what are your first steps to trying to step out of this comfort zone? 8 of Wands. That's bold. That's bold. It's making up your mind and just doing it. That's getting out there and talking to people. Almost like you got to make a change. Start with socializing, maybe even going into group settings, maybe going into, I even hate to say this, but like a bar, a pub, a club, or something like that, and sitting down where there's other people and engaging in conversation. I feel that if you want, the first steps is to decide you need change. And this up here is telling me that I think you've already decided that. And this is about taking action. Oh, wow. I just got something here. You want that change. You want to have love come into your life, you want friends, or you want a lover or a relationship, romantic or otherwise, that you have to stop just thinking about it, get it out of the thoughts, and take action. Okay. The fifth card. Who are you most comfortable with? Two of Swords. This is almost like there might be two people. Blind conversation, as long as they don't know who I am. Or somebody that sees me for something else. As long as I can hide the real me, this is almost like I'm not really comfortable with anybody as well. I'm blinded. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. And that's kind of what needs to be overcome here. I see the desire to overcome it. The crows could be parents or siblings. Nobody else, just my siblings. What environment are you most comfortable in? In my own garden, cultivating my own garden. Nine of Pentacles. This is like I am most comfortable by myself. Got three cards here. Half the cards right here in the main spread is lone wolf. Nobody around. Though the desire is there. You may think about, what if I could take off that blindfold? I would like to have somebody in my life. I would like a significant other, or I would like to have some friends. I don't know how to do this. I'm most comfortable by myself. Who are you most comfortable with? Yourself. Blocking the world out. You think about it a lot, but you stay in your cocoon and you stay protected. And it feels like in order to overcome this, it does require stepping outside of that comfort zone, stepping into the spotlight. And depending on how severe this is, perhaps there could be a need for professional help. But like I said, some of you, meditation, self-help books, watching videos, and then stop thinking about getting out and socializing, getting out and taking action and doing it. Putting yourself out there. And that's what I feel is needed, is putting yourself out there. So it's like I said, it's not that you need professional help, but you could possibly benefit from it. And I feel maybe not a counselor, but a coach. Okay, let's see where this could be stemming from. I was going to draw three cards, and three cards came out anyhow. Okay. Blinded to pain. Kind of going along with this Two of Swords. Envious, gluttony. So, now this is not, I'm not saying that this is a character flaw. This is just human nature. So you keep the blindfold on. There's that protection from getting hurt. Meanwhile, you see other people out there in the spotlight, other people with a bunch of friends online or in the physical, getting out there, having fun, and there might be a little bit of envy there. And you saying, I wish I could do that. And I'm here to tell you that you can. Okay? Masquerade. It's like I'm comfortable with those who cannot see me. Remember when I said that? The masquerade is not being your true authentic self. It's trying to be somebody that you're not. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. That is hindering, not helping you find friends, or you finding a special someone, a significant other. Because people want authenticity. You may be envious of others who have that already. And you desire it and want it. And you blind yourself to the way through it. You blind yourself to pain and disappointment. But it feels like you are kind of getting closer to that point of, I want it. I don't know how to do it. And Spirit is saying you got to take that initiative. You got to get out of your head. You got to stop thinking about what it is that you want and actually taking action and doing it. And if that means getting somebody, a third party involved to help you do that on a professional level, that could be beneficiary. Doesn't mean that you have to go to a psychiatrist or anything like that. Maybe a simple counselor, spiritual coach, life coach, to help you set goals and take certain steps to come out of your shell and get into a place in life that you want to be. Okay? But anyhow, that's what I have for you, Pile 3. I hope this helps and makes sense. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one. Love and light.